So my name's Noah Abelson-Gertler. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ShareRoot. And ShareRoot is focused on protecting consumer data and privacy in what is currently a rapidly changing space around marketing technology. Yeah, so we have a few different platforms and services, but the main thing to talk about is our media consent platform. Our media consent platform will soon be launching in a beta program and then moving to a pilot program and then commercial rollout at the beginning of Q4, around October, which means commercial being that we'll start charging for it. And what the platform does is it puts the control over data and privacy into the hands of the consumer. So done are the days of companies being able to hold the control over consumer data and privacy. And what is happening now, based on changing legislation, which is changing laws, in addition to consumer knowledge or concerns, so think the Facebook and Cambridge Analytica scandal. Because of those changes, what is now happening is consumers have the control and they will be able to decide what companies collect their data and what happens with that data once it's collected. Yeah, so the rollout of media consent starting in its beta program at the end of this month is the biggest milestone upcoming. After that, we will be opening up our beta program into a larger pilot program, which instead of the beta program, which is about 2 to 3 brands, that will be giving us feature feedback for roughly about 2 months. Once we open it up to the pilot program, our goal is to get roughly 20 brands on board, testing out the platform, giving us feature feedback, and then again, as we get into October, November, is when we will start charging for the platform. So those are the milestones to pay attention to in the future. Now, if we take a step back based on your initial question, a handful of different milestones have happened. One is we've established an advisory board of some pretty big names and thought leaders in the space of data and privacy. So the Chief Privacy Officer of Electronic Arts, EA, which has over 350 million customers worldwide, has joined our advisory board. One of the leading thought leaders in consumer data and privacy, a guy named Paul-Olivier Dehaye, who testified to the UK Parliament alongside the whistleblower for Cambridge Analytica, has joined our advisory board alongside his co-founder, then a CMO of a US publicly listed company, the CEO of a previously acquired social media marketing company who's our head of product, and then the founder of the Digital Privacy Alliance. So the forming of that advisory board is a recent milestone. Another one is we acquired a social media marketing agency which is profitable, based out of Melbourne, run by a successful entrepreneur, Michelle Gallagher, who was actually named Female Entrepreneur of the Year Award for all of Victoria. So we acquired them at the beginning of April. And at the beginning of May, our UGC platform became feature rich enough to actually transform it into a profitable business unit within the ShareRoot umbrella. So that platform produces about $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and we've shifted all of our development resources off of it so that it's a profitable business unit moving forward, so that we can focus on the social media marketing agency and their growth, in addition to the media consent platform. I mean, I think one thing that's interesting about the ShareRoot team is we're pretty remote and distributed throughout the world. So as a company, we've learned to work with technologies and tools that enable us to all be held accountable. So the company is kind of working 24 hours around the clock at all times. We have folks in Asia, we have folks in Europe, we have folks all throughout the US, and it's been a really interesting transition to be able to get people to work remote. It of course saves money, and if you can do it effectively, there's a lot of benefits. Key message for investors is the whole marketing tech landscape is changing rapidly because of consumer data and privacy issues which have come up in recent time. And ShareRoot is well positioned with its media consent platform to solve those issues based on our previous successes and relationships with some of the world's largest brands and the social media platforms throughout the world. So we're really excited about the rollout of the media consent platform and the rest of the goals that we'll be hitting. One-to-one has been great. It's unique in that it places focus on the individual meetings that you get to have with brokers or investors or family offices, and that seems to be really beneficial. So it's not as much focused on the presentation that you have in front of people, where typically you would find that folks in the audience may not be paying the most attention, and instead it prioritizes the one-to-one meetings, which has been great